What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Today we're going to be discussing Roddy Ricch confirming his album's release date Live Life Fast, which will be releasing on December 17th. And as I said in my last video on this album, the album does actually feature 18 tracks. Now with this being said, I think that what we showed in the last video that I did like a month or two ago about this album before we had a lot of this confirmation news, if you don't remember, the album showed that when Roddy posted it on his story that it was 18 songs and 51 minutes long, and you can see at the very end of it, or at the very beginning of the track list, that Live Life Fast intro. That might be the name of the intro track, or he just hadn't picked a name for it yet, but either way, that's confirming that this album is 18 tracks and that we know it might be 51 minutes long. And now that Roddy Ricch has the pre-save up for the album, we can see that the only track that was previously released that's going to be on this album is Late at Night, which this was obviously a huge song for Roddy. Almost everything Roddy drops is huge, and this will obviously help boost the first week sales to Roddy's album, and I think this will probably pretty much guarantee selling over 100K first week with just a song this big being on the album, not counting how he'll do just streaming wise for the first week itself. Now we do still have one Friday left before this album releases, which is the 10th, this Friday. Now Roddy could definitely any day this week or any day next week or this Friday on the 10th release another single for the album. I don't really think he's gonna do that, but I'm not saying he won't. There's still a chance he will, and obviously the only thing releasing on the 10th is gonna be Juice's album Fighting Demons, so Roddy could easily drop a single that day as well if he wanted to. But either way, I think that this album is gearing up and looking like it is going to be the #1 album and sell over 100,000 units first week easily. I do want to do something that I used to do on the main channel back when we would discuss projects for like Hall of Fame or Ian or Juice, where we'd go over to the Genius and just kind of talk about a few tracks. Now the reason I'm doing that for this video is just so we can kind of dive in and look at a few of the bigger Roddy snippets and discuss if they're actually going to be on the album or not. So diving on into this, just keep in mind that Genius is never actually correct. This is just fan-made stuff. Now, I'm not saying that some of these songs won't be on here. I do think a couple of these will be on here, but for the most part, just keep in mind that this is never completely confirmed. But this Genius track list starts off with Live Fast intro, which obviously, like I said, we saw that in that screenshot, that whether that's the actual name to this track or not, and whether it stayed on the album or not, I think it did, but that's a confirmed track to be on the album. And then obviously number 17 is Late at Night. That's confirmed to be on the album. And then moving on, there's a few snippets. That's basically what a majority of all of these are. Addict with Gunna, No Gain, Dog in the Grave with Young Thug, and then Soda Pop with Juice and Marshmello, and then Roddy, obviously. This isn't even Roddy's song, so this will not be on the album. At least I highly doubt it. This is Juice's song that is supposed to be on the Party Never Ends. At least I'm pretty sure this is going to be on the Party Never Ends. I think that we have a higher chance of seeing this release on a Juice album or a Marshmello album rather than a Roddy album, considering Juice has the hook and the first verse and Roddy's just on the second verse. But then again, Polo was going to use Do the Most, which was that Juice leak on his Hall of Fame Deluxe, which he didn't end up doing. But even with that, Polo was only going to have a second verse on that, and it was still going to be considered his song. So I'm not quite sure what would happen with that, but I don't think Soda Pop is on Live Life Fast. We also have the snippet Fall in Love with PNB Rock. Now a couple of these, like Back Home, isn't even Roddy's song. This is Thug's song, just a Roddy feature, so this won't be on here. But Tropical, this song I think will be on here. Roddy went on Instagram Live in like late September and previewed this, and I think that could be a song that has a high chance of being released. There's also Icy with Lil Durk. I would love to see this. I really like Durk, and obviously I really like Roddy. He's one of my favorite rappers right now, and I'm super excited for this album. So seeing a collab from them on this album would be something that I would be a fan of. There's also Antisocial with Post Malone. I've tried looking up a snippet to this song, and I haven't found anything. I don't know if this is real or if this exists or what this is, but if there's a Post Malone and Roddy song on this album, I'm completely down for that. That song would do big numbers and just be a really good song overall, but I haven't been able to find anything confirming that this exists, and like I said, I could be wrong. There's also I Don't Know with Travis Scott. Now, no big, huge mainstream artist has released a Travis feature since the whole controversy going on with Travis. I do think Travis is going to be okay and that his career will recover from it, but I don't necessarily know if Roddy would use a Travis feature on this album just because of all that. We'll have to wait and see. I could see it going either way. And then again, 100 Shooters by Gunna. This isn't even Roddy's song, so I highly doubt this would be on the album. But obviously Gunna did just release a Too Easy remix with Roddy on it this last Friday, so I could definitely see Gunna being on this album, and that's a duo that I would be fine with. They've obviously also done the Lemonade remix together. There's also Thailand, Tarzan with Lil Baby, nothing new. And then the last track, Feel Today, is a Meek Mill song featuring Roddy, so yet again this is one that would not be on the album because it's not actually Roddy's song. With all that being said, this is one of my most hyped albums of the year. My most hyped albums of this year were definitely Roddy releasing something, Young Thug releasing Punk, Ian's On to Better Things, and then this Juice album, whether it was going to be The Party Never Ends or Fighting Demons. These are some of my most hyped albums of the year, and we're obviously getting Fighting Demons this Friday, and then we're getting Roddy's album next Friday, so we basically got every album that I was really excited for this year, minus Ian's album, but hopefully we'll get that early 2022. But with all this being said, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because I am going to be doing a review of this album when it releases. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.